music, and then it makes me think of the theatre, of course, in the sense that your project coming up at Asian Arts Theatre. So I know, because I kind of, well, it'd be interesting to hear from you in what way you think that the theatre would be a different space to an exhibition space, and how these elements like film, music, maybe, and performance, of course, will come together.
The performance space that I'm used to is like, because it happens in museum, it's an open space and there's a lot of freedom for the audience to, like, for example, installation, you can get close to the object in case you examine what kind of materials that you use, the choice of the material, what this means, and all these, scale. But I was interested in theater proscenium space, like this kind of space where you are framed by certain things. You are framed by the architecture, and often audience don't move around. So person from that space will only have this perspective. So they can, if I face this way, they will only see my ear the whole time. So I'm interested in this kind of hierarchy one has. Like, even already in the audience seat, there's a hierarchy.
And I guess the other thing that's different is the issue of time. So in the sense, whilst as a viewer in an installation, you can choose where you go to physically, but you can also choose to stay as long as you want. But when you're sitting in, well, of course, one can always leave in a theatre, but of course, it's a different time setting, if you like.
I think there is always, I think there's a tension between theatre and theatre world and the art world sometimes. Of course, in theatre you can leave too, but it takes a lot of effort to leave because you have to say, you have to go through all these people to leave. So, like a lot of times when you're leaving the theater, people are like this, and then they just sort of, they don't want to be shown that they're leaving. And in art space, it's very easy to leave, and you can be anonymous. And I think in a way, the theater space in that way is more interesting because it has in that way, I think people actually have more power. Right? So there's all this tension going on between the audience and the theater maker, and I think that's one of the interesting things about theater is that if you want to show anything live or real in theater, people don't believe it. If you bring, like, if I brought like a person here and then can you stand up and then you just 이쪽으로 오세요. 그래서 if I show this person as if this person is a real person, people don't believe that is real. People think it's artificial that I did that. So the only thing that is real about theater space is the artificiality, and they make that very, very present. And I think that's an interesting context to work in. Whereas I feel like sometimes in the art world, you show this is gold. There's no question that this is gold. The artist is questioning the value or the truth or reality of it, but at first, the context is that it is actually gold. If I show gold here in the theater, nobody would actually believe that it's gold in the theater world. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Even if I show the gold, real gold, yeah.